All right, welcome back to our channel, everybody. It is that time of week again where we do our Teacher Talk Tuesday. I'm excited that we are almost at 300 subscribers. We're at 292, and hopefully this week we can get over the 300 mark. That would be so exciting. Today I have a veteran staff member with us, Miss Krishna Lowe, who teaches kindergarten, but I'll let her do more of the talking. Miss Lowe, welcome.
Thank you.
Could you tell us a little bit about your background, what brought you to our school, and how long you've been here, what you teach, things like that?
Yeah, sure. So what brought me to this school actually is Miss McPherson. She was the principal at the school I was teaching at before I came to HOB, and she was headed over here, and I was like, you know what, let's make the move. So I decided to come here. Elementary ed was not what I went to school for. I mean, I do have a degree, obviously, in education, but I declared major in phys ed. So my degree is in physical education and health. But I obtained many certificates throughout the years, so elementary ed K through 6 is one of them. So when she was coming over, there were a couple of positions open, and I decided that I'd come over with her. I think I've been here 9 years now.
Awesome.
And I think I've been teaching for 23 years, I believe. I don't know. I lose count.
Have you only been in this campus, or were you part of the split, of the merge?
I came after the merge.
Okay, cool.
I came after the merge.
And you've been to Key West a long time?
I was born and raised here.
Awesome.
I'm a conch.
That's great.
Yeah,
you're my first one. It's been mostly newer people that we've been talking to, so I'm starting to get into the regulars now. So that's awesome.
Yeah, fifth generation.
So I mentioned you're teaching kindergarten. Mm-hmm. So tell us a little bit about that. You're teaching kindergarten, and what is it like teaching kindergartners at HOB?
It's interesting. There's never a dull moment. There are always challenges. I absolutely love it. Of all the things that I've taught, of all the subject areas, grade levels, schools, this is my favorite. So when I can't say that anymore, then I know it's time to move on. But I love the kids. They love me. I love watching them go from really nothing, up ready for first grade. I mean, teaching them to read. It's just a really great grade. And I know you're either a kindergarten teacher or you're not.
Right.
Like, people will take it or leave it, but I guess I am.
Yeah, that's awesome because I started in the high school. I taught at high school level. My first administrator position was at the high school level. Then my first principal job was at just the middle school.
Okay.
And then I came here.
Oh.
So this is my first elementary experience, and I had asked Steve Vincent when I first got here, what's it like? He goes, I'll just give you one thing, you're going to be a rock star. They're going to love you, and they look up to you regardless of what you do. And as you know, I made myself, these kids love me. It's such just so heartwarming when these kids come up to you in the cafeteria and want to hug you. And that's never happened before because I've always dealt with older kids.
Exactly.
And we just don't do that.
Yeah, and that's all they want. I mean, they love getting things too, but I mean, they'll work for a smile, for a good job, a hug. It's rewarding. It really is.
And they notice, and these little kids notice, and we make impacts that we'll never know just talking to them. And I've realized that in my 2+ years here. These little kids remember me.
Absolutely.
And whenever they see me, they remember. They tell their parents. They tell everyone. That's my principal, and that's really a great feeling when you're out in the public and how the kids respect you. Great. What inspired you to become a teacher?
That's a good question. I mean, I really kind of always knew I wanted to be a teacher. I've always loved children. They've always sort of gravitated toward me. Knowing what I was going to teach was the challenge, really. I was a math major originally, and my father was an engineer, my sister's an engineer, so I kind of thought I had to go that route, but I was miserable. So my college advisor actually asked me a question. It was a great question. He said, if you could teach what you love, what would you teach? And I said, well, phys ed, of course, like physical education. I was super physically active. I loved all things nutrition and health, and so I ended up declaring phys ed as my major. But I always kind of knew I was going to be a teacher. I don't know why. I just always knew.
Where'd you go to school?
Florida State.
All right. I'm struggling right now. But
I know.
Being a Gator fan, they struggle too. So,
yeah, this is true.
It's fun.
Yeah.
Do you have any special interests or hobbies that you like to share with us?
Well, I mean, I still enjoy being physically active. I like to work out. I love running. I love running in races. I love earning the medals. I like displaying them and collecting them. I'm a collector of things. I love to puzzle. Avid puzzler. I like to travel. I like hanging out with my kids. Reading, listening to reading. That's about it.
going to put you on the spot a little bit.
Oh, okay.
Being from here,
Okay.
we have a lot of teachers, as you know, who aren't from here, and we
Mm-hmm.
recruit and we get people, and some stay, some don't.
Right.
What's some advice you would give to a newer teacher moving to the Key West to teach?
Ooh, I would say give it time. Give it time, invest while you're here. A lot of people come thinking it's going to be one thing, and then when the year is done, they're like, forget it, this wasn't for me. Give it time, because I've seen both ends. I've seen people come and people go, and then I've seen people come and struggle, then it just eventually gets better, and then they feel like they're a conch and a local, and then the thought of leaving is just it's just not even there anymore. So
Right.
give it an opportunity. That means you have to work 1 or 2 jobs, do it. So give it time.
I appreciate that. That's kind of how I've come in. I didn't come in here I'm not pretending I'm a conch. I want to be part of the conch culture, but I know I'm not a conch, and I'm not going to pretend to be. But I do want to be, an obvious contributing part to the community, which I think I've done. And didn't come in here trying to inflect my New England ways and just trying to fit in and trying to. I think that's important, especially in a small, close-knit community like
Absolutely,
US.
And it can be hard, as you know. It can be hard coming in and feeling like you fit in.
I think people need to trust that you're not going to leave after a year, and that you're going to stay here, and that you are committed. And
because we see that happen.
And when they feel that, you're welcome.
That's
and
exactly
I think it's a very welcoming community. They welcome you at first, and then they give you a little plan, where you're going to go with this, and then when they know that you're committed, I think you're part of that community, and I love it.
That's exactly right.
What are you most excited about, not only this school year, but just about HOE as a whole?
Well, I would have to say my PBIS. I'm the elementary coach this year, and so I'm super excited about that. I've been very busy with it. Just wanting to be that model school again. I want to bring the school community. I want to do what I can to improve our school community. So I'm just super excited to keep planning different activities and things, and to see how it affects everything, and see if it has any positive effects. So just continuing with the PBIS stuff, and then awesome. And then of course moving my students, like that's always huge.
Of course,
I want to see them progress. I want to see them ready for first grade. I want to hear them reading. So that always gets me super excited too, when I'm like, ooh, we have another reader.
I know you do get to see them right at the beginning.
Oh yeah. And some come in with a great foundation, one that's already built, and then others don't. But we all kind of end up where we need to be, and that's what we want.
Awesome. Well, this is awesome. So first, thanks everybody, all of you, for continuing to support us and watching. And again, thank you for supporting our teachers with the teacher appreciation prizes that we give every Friday. That comes from you guys, and we're so grateful for that. And continue. If you haven't subscribed to our channel yet, please do so. That's the only way we get more exposure and to meet wonderful people like Miss Lowe. So Miss Lowe, thank you so much for joining us. And until next Tuesday, we will see you again.